Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain drops you into the role of Big Boss, also known as Venom Snake, waking up from a coma with the world changed and everything he built left in ruins. From the very start, you're thrown into chaos, trying to escape a burning hospital while hunted by strange, supernatural forces. What makes this game so loved is the freedom it gives you, sneaking through open-ended missions, building your own private army, and shaping how you approach every situation. Big Boss isn't just a soldier. He's a legend built through your choices, and every move feels sharp, stylish, and deeply personal. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain was nominated for Game of the Year and praised for its open-world design, stealth mechanics, and player freedom. However, it ultimately lost the award to titles that offered a more complete narrative and emotional impact, as MGS5 was criticized for its unfinished story and missing content. It receives a Metacritic score of 93, making it masterpiece. The Witcher 3 throws you straight into the boots of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter chasing whispers of his lost love Yennefer, while war tears the land apart. It opens with a haunting dream, a burning battlefield, and then drops you into a muddy village where even the smallest problems feel layered and real. People love this game for its storytelling. Every quest, even the side ones, feels personal and morally messy. Geralt isn't just swinging swords, he's choosing who to help, who to trust, and how much of his humanity to hold on to. It's gritty, heartfelt, and absolutely unforgettable. Witcher 3 receives a Metacritic score of 92, which is stunning. Rise of the Tomb Raider kicks off with Lara Croft scaling a frozen mountain, chasing the truth behind an ancient secret her father died believing in. Right away, the game throws you into danger, snowstorms, collapsing cliffs, and the kind of high-stakes survival that Lara's become known for. You play as her as she pushes deeper into Siberia, racing against a shadowy group called Trinity. What players love most is how Lara grows, not just stronger, but more confident and determined. The mix of exploration, clever puzzles, and fluid combat makes every moment feel like you're uncovering history with your own hands. It has received Metacritic score of 86. Alan Wake 2 tells the story of Alan, a writer trapped in a twisted, nightmarish dimension, and Saga Anderson, an FBI agent investigating a series of bizarre murders in the mysterious town of Bright Falls. Alan tries to escape by rewriting reality through his words, while Saga uncovers dark secrets tied to supernatural forces. The game blends psychological horror, intense storytelling, and haunting visuals to create a truly gripping experience. As the story progresses, both characters face terrifying enemies, shifting realities, and personal demons, but they keep fighting to uncover the truth and survive. Alan's desperate struggle and Saga's determination make them both unforgettable. What players love most about the game is its creepy atmosphere, deep narrative, and unique gameplay style. It was praised by fans and critics alike, but despite all the love, it missed out on winning Game of the Year. It receives Metacritic score of 89, making it perfect. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, you take control of Cloud Strife, a brooding ex-soldier turned mercenary, as he joins a group of eco-freedom fighters called Avalanche. Set in the industrial city of Midgar, the game quickly pulls you into a conflict between rebellion and a powerful mega-corporation draining the planet's life force. What makes this remake so beloved is how it reimagines a legendary classic with stunning visuals, deeper character moments, and a more cinematic story. The bond between characters and the emotional weight behind their journey turn every mission into something you genuinely care about as the world slowly unravels. Final Fantasy VII Remake was nominated for Game of the Year and received praise for its stunning visuals, reimagined combat system, and emotional storytelling. However, it ultimately lost the award to titles that delivered a more complete experience, as some critics felt the remake covered only a portion of the original game's full story. It receives a Metacritic score of 87. Ghost of Tsushima begins with a brutal Mongol invasion, where you play as Jin Sakai, a samurai left for dead as his island burns around him. The intro throws you into a hopeless battle, where honor clashes with survival, and Jin is forced to question everything he was taught. What makes the game so loved is how it blends quiet beauty with intense action. Fields of flowers and bamboo forests are just as unforgettable as the sword duels. Jin's journey from noble warrior to the feared ghost is emotional, haunting, and full of tough choices that reshape not just him, but all of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was nominated for Game of the Year and praised for its breathtaking world, emotional story, and fluid combat. However, it ultimately lost the award to games that were seen as more innovative or groundbreaking, though many fans still believe it deserved the win for its artistic beauty and immersive experience. Ghost of Tsushima receives a Metacritic score of 84. Resident Evil 4 Remake drops you straight into tension as Leon S. Kennedy, now a hardened government agent, sent deep into a creepy European village to rescue the president's daughter. You're surrounded by villagers with axes and pitchforks. What fans love is how it blends horror and action so smoothly. The remake keeps the spirit of the original but adds tighter controls, smarter enemies, and a new mechanics every time encounter feels like a fight to survive. Resident Evil 4 Remake was nominated for Game of the Year and received widespread acclaim for its intense gameplay, upgraded visuals, and a faithful yet modern reimagining of the original classic. The remake keeps the spirit of the original but adds tighter controls, smarter enemies, and a new mechanics every time encounter feels like a fight to survive. However, it ultimately lost the award to other standout titles that delivered greater innovation or deeper storytelling experiences. It received Metacritic score of 93. Uncharted 4 throws you back into the boots of Nathan Drake, now retired but pulled back into the adventure game for one last wild ride. It kicks off with a reunion, a mystery, and a brother long thought dead, setting the stage for a globe-trotting treasure hunt full of danger and heart. From climbing ancient ruins in Madagascar to speeding through a chaotic chase on motorbikes, every scene feels like a blockbuster movie. It's packed with charm, witty banter, emotional moments, and some of the best action set pieces gaming has ever seen. If you love stories that mix adrenaline with heart, this one delivers big time. Uncharted 4 delivered an emotional story, stunning visuals, and some of the best action-adventure gameplay of its time, earning praise from both fans and critics. It was a strong contender for Game of the Year, but despite its excellence, it ultimately lost out to other major titles released that year. Many still consider it a masterpiece that deserved the top honor. It receives a Metacritic score of 93. Next, we start with Batman: Arkham Knight, in which you step into the worn boots of Batman, as Gotham City teeters on the edge of chaos, its skyline lit by panic and the looming threat of Scarecrow's fear toxin. From your first glide off Wayne Tower to the roar of the Batmobile engine, chasing down deadly militia trucks, every moment feels epic and intense. The city's dark alleyways, neon-soaked rooftops, and abandoned subways invite you to explore every shadow and secret. Mix slick hand-to-hand combat with gadgets that turn the tide in a heartbeat, then race through flooded streets at breakneck speed. It's the ultimate rush for anyone who's ever dreamed of being the Dark Knight. It receives Metacritic score of 87. Assassin's Creed Origins opens with Bayek of Siwa, Egypt's last Medjay, returning home scarred by loss and driven by revenge. The game throws you into a dusty temple fight almost immediately, and you can feel the weight of Bayek's grief in every blow. What makes it so loved is how it reshaped the series, blending RPG mechanics with a vast, vibrant world full of mystery, culture, and history. Bayek is more than just an assassin. He's a father, a husband, and a protector, trying to make sense of a changing world. Exploring ancient Egypt through his eyes feels personal and powerful. It receives a Metacritic score of 81.
Remember this one, Becky! But not enough!
In BloodBorne, you play as a hunter dropped into the cursed city of Yharnam, where a mysterious plague has turned people into horrifying beasts. The game is loved for its gothic horror atmosphere, cryptic storytelling, and intense sense of dread that never lets up. What makes it truly special is the fast and aggressive combat. You're encouraged to strike first, dodge fast, and keep the pressure on. Every weapon feels unique, with trick mechanics that change how you fight. The thrill of narrowly surviving brutal enemies and uncovering disturbing secrets makes BloodBorne a gripping experience from start to finish. It receives a Metacritic score of 92. The Last of Us Part 1 puts you in the shoes of Joel, a hardened survivor in a world that's completely fallen apart after a deadly outbreak. Right from the start, you feel the weight he carries: loss, anger, and a need to just keep going. But everything shifts when he's tasked with escorting Ellie, a young girl who might be the key to saving humanity. What makes this game a masterpiece isn't just the intense stealth and combat. It's the bond that slowly builds between two broken people. Every quiet moment, every fight, and every choice hits with real emotion. It receives a Metacritic score of 95, being masterpiece. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 kicks off by throwing you back into the muddy, brutal heart of medieval Bohemia, right where the first game left off. You play as Henry, a blacksmith's son, still caught between royal politics, revenge, and figuring out his place in a world that doesn't care about nobility or kindness. It's slow, grounded, and doesn't try to impress you with flashy magic, just raw, honest realism. People love this series for its dedication to history, for making every sword fight feel earned, and for letting you live out a true medieval life where choices and consequences actually matter. The game secured Metacritic score of 88, making it legendary. Cyberpunk 2077 kicks off with you choosing who your version of V is going to be: Street Kid, Corpo, or Nomad, and right from the start, you're thrown into Night City, a place that's loud, dirty, alive, and full of trouble. The opening sets the stage with you hustling for creds and climbing the ladder, eventually leading to a mission that goes completely sideways and puts a digital ghost, Johnny Silverhand, right in your head. What people love about this game is how deep the world feels, how reactive it is, and how much personality V brings to every choice. Whether you're sneaking, hacking, or blasting through enemies, it always feels like your story. Cyberpunk 2077 receives a Metacritic score of 86 just because of launch with bugs, but now the game is fixed and good. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game where we play as Arthur Morgan, a gunslinger, fighter, and loyal friend who rides with his gang. The most prominent members include Dutch, John, and the traitor Micah. Arthur robs banks, trains, and many other places. He is the most badass gunslinger in the game. As the story progresses, the gang faces many problems and tensions, but Arthur stays loyal and keeps helping his fellows. Later, he is betrayed by Micah and his most trusted companion, Dutch. What players love about the game is its story, mechanics, and environment. People really enjoyed the game and loved it, but it surprisingly missed out on Game of the Year. What people love most is the emotional weight behind it all. Arthur's journey isn't just about guns and horses, it's about loyalty, redemption, and questioning the life he's lived. It's cinematic, raw, and hits you harder the deeper you go. Red Dead Redemption 2 achieved the Metacritic score of 97,